Welcome back. Our Doctor on Call is here again today answering more of your health questions. We welcome again Dr. Ryan Stanton, an emergency physician with UK Healthcare. Thanks for being back with us.
Thank you.
We have some interesting questions that have come in, and we remind you can always submit your questions online in the Doctor on Call section of WTVQ.com. You'll find that under the Health tab. The first question is an interesting one that some people may not have thought about. This is actually more of a suggestion that comes from Michelle. She said she was interested in a segment on herbal medicine and nutritional supplements that many people use them but may not understand how they are regulated. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, herbal medicines and supplements have become a huge industry in the United States and throughout the world for that matter. And there's a few things that people really need to know about these before they really get into it. One, these aren't regulated by the FDA, so it's not like medicines that we take from the pharmacist or prescriptions you get from your doctor. So they're not regulated in terms of exactly what's in them. So they may say they have 100% of whatever. They may have much less than that, or they may have many times that, but there's no real way to know because the FDA isn't monitoring that. Also, they're monitored when they are regulated as food, so there's not near the stringent details like we have with medications. The other thing is these interact with medications, with prescription medications. So it's very important if you're considering a supplement to take that supplement with you when you see your doctor to find out if it's going to interact with your medication. It can be very dangerous with some medications together, either making it to where they don't work or it makes them too strong and can have some very deleterious effects. And finally, there is a group that monitors some of these medications. It's called the USP. That's a group, a third party that's not associated with the medications that actually looks into them and finds out exactly what's into them and tests them to see if what's in them is accurate. So as you see right there on the side of this bottle, there is a USP symbol there. That means this has been looked at by the third party that's not associated with the maker to ensure that that's actually what's in there. Now, that doesn't guarantee that it does what it says it does. Now, there's got to be a lot of tests. The next great medication could be right there on the counters as a supplement, but we don't know yet because they haven't had the tests.
Because, of course, regulation through the FDA, those claims have to be verified, but it's not the case with vitamins.
Exactly.
And
it's very stringent before they come through as a medication for prescription.
Certainly something to keep in mind, and as he mentioned, very important to talk to your doctor about everything that you are taking, supplements or otherwise. This other question, as a mom of toddlers and you're a parent, have two little ones yourself, we talk about going to the bathroom a lot with children, and this question that comes to us from one of our viewers, he wants to know, how many times a day should kids poop? Should I get worried if they don't go every day? Very good question.
Well, this is our Dr. Oz question. Seems like a topic that he may cover. But this is actually a very, very common complaint in the emergency department. Families, especially those with their first child, concerned about how many times their child is pooping. And the short answer is just as individual as every one of us is around the world. Children and their habits are the exact same. There's all different types. There's some children that are going to have bowel movements 2, 3, 4 times a day. Others may have 1 a week. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It just means that's how they are. There are some things to consider. One, right after a child's born, they may have 8 to 10 bowel movements a day. Thank goodness that doesn't last for too long.
Amen.
At about 4 weeks, that tapers down to about 4 with breastfed and about 2 or so with formula fed, but that's not a hard, fast rule. And then after that, it's when the individual child really starts to develop based on their eating habits, their GI tract, and the food you're giving them. They may have different numbers of bowel movements. The things to remember is if they're not too uncomfortable, as we know with young children, there is some discomfort involved because they're trying to learn how to use the bathroom, but too much discomfort, that's something to worry about. But more importantly, blood in the stool, or if it's too extremely hard. So if you have a concern, swing by your pediatrician, let them talk with you, look at the child, and see what you're talking about to see if it's something to worry about. But in most cases, it's not. The human body is a great machine that in most cases will regulate itself without any problem.
Well, thank you. That question coming to us from Josh. Again, if you have any questions, just go to the Doctor on Call section of WTVQ.com. Thank you as always. We'll be right back.